Um,
So,
Good. I think we can start. So,
yeah,
hello everyone, and welcome to the fifth episode of the Project Riga Meditation School. And today, our guest speaker is meditation trainer Barbara, who has more than 10 years of experience in world peace initiatives. So, now I will give a word to Barbara.
thank you. Thank you, Bundega. It's a very nice invitation. Thank you so much for this invitation. And this is a very nice project as well. So, congratulations. It's an honor to me actually to be here and to share a little bit of my experiences with you guys, with everyone. So, I hope you find this useful. Actually, I have prepared something for you. So, it's related to, of course, to my own personal experience, but it aims to be useful for you. So yeah, so whenever, so we can start maybe. I will start with a brief like introduction a little bit. Not only about myself, but what brought me to meditation actually, and then I will teach you guys a very specific exercise, a meditation exercise that I use for my own practice. Okay. When thinking about the topic for this, we were discussing with Wundega, and we found out that anxiety and stress could be a kind of a nice umbrella for this session. And I have a lot to say about that because of my own experience. Um, and because of my life path is that I got into this. I added meditation into my life because when I was 23 years old, I was diagnosed with GAD, with generalized anxiety disorder. And I remember that in with the doctor, I was talking to the doctor, and the doctor told me, you have this GAD, and this might well be a chronic disease or condition. This might be a long-term pattern in your life, so you better learn how to deal with this and try to be functional actually. Because one of the symptoms actually of this GAD is that you kind of your daily life is interrupted frequently for this excessive worry and fear, which is translate into this anxiety disorder. And I remember going out of this with this appointment from this appointment with the doctor, and I was just thinking like, how come that I'm gonna depend on a pill for the rest of my life for this? Like, I felt that I was too young. Like, I'm only 23, and why? I mean, what can I do? I remember that first I felt super overwhelmed by this diagnosed, and then I was like, okay, what can I do to support myself in order to live with this? If I have to learn with this, because it seems that, I mean, the studies have shown that this is a long-term condition, and most of the people with this generalized disorder, anxiety disorder, they live the entire life with it. And I said, okay, how can I have a good quality of life? How can support myself in order to have a good life? Like, very basic thing. And well, I was doing my research instead of only taking pills, of course, because of course the doctor gave me pills, which I'm not against it anyways. So I'm not offering here any medical advice because I'm not a doctor. Okay, just wanted to say that. I wanted to clarify. And then I was like, okay, it seems that meditation helps, but in my culture, I was born and raised in Chile. But in my culture, meditation was a very foreign thing. We didn't have access to it actually, or not much. It was not a famous thing. It was not really, and it was often confused with prayer or some religious stuff. So it was, okay, how can I find a place to learn a little bit, And so then, well, things, of course, kind of worked out, and I started implementing meditation. I mean, I started learning meditation and implemented it in my daily life. And I remember back then that this practice of meditation kind of requires some adjustments in your lifestyle as well. For example, back then I was having a very hectic lifestyle. I was working in the night, like these night shifts when I was also studying. So I was pretty busy the entire day. And my only time for meditation, it was like super early morning. And otherwise I wouldn't be able to make it. And I realized that I couldn't have like a very disorganized life, because that didn't fit good with meditation, didn't fit well with meditation. And little by little, I started like discovering that certain meditation, if you take it seriously, it really involves as well a certain lifestyle. And when I start adopting this lifestyle, then my anxiety started decreasing. So it was a very interesting thing, because at the beginning it was just like a mental exercise to me, in order to get rid of the worries and fear, or at least the feeling of stress in my mind. But then little by little, meditation turned out being some sort of medicine, let's say, or some sort of relief of this generalized anxiety disorder, this GAD. Um, of course, now I have the vocabulary. Back then, I didn't have the vocabulary. But anxiety is one of the very proofs, let's say, that of this mind-body connection. Because anxiety is a physical and emotional response of stress and fear, excessive worry and fear. Anxiety is a very natural response. What the problem is when it is excessive, which is my case. When too much worry, too much fear, then your body feels regularly unwell, your emotions are not very stable, and overall your mental state is also not very clear, to be honest. You don't feel very well at all. So that is very difficult to deal with in your daily life. So when we consider now, when we see anxiety, or this particular disorder, anxiety disorder, under this light of mind-body connection, yes, having certain mental states really conduct to anxiety. Like that is for real. If I pay too much attention to the worries, I feel bad in my body. If I fear too much, my stomach, feel bad as well. And so the consequence, the logical consequence the logical conclusion is very obvious as well. It's like okay, then I can develop certain physical actions or habits to support my mind. If my mind impacts my body, then my body can also impact my mind. And if I take drugs, for example, that's a bodily thing. Yeah, my mind is negatively affected. But if I do sports, a little bit of sports, and also practice meditation, then it seems that this connection between my body and mind, it gets calmer, clearer, and way more peaceful. And so my mind stopped making my body feel sick, and my body stopped making my mind to feel worried or with fear. Mm. One of the first things that we learn when we start practicing meditation is that anxiety, like the overall very general, it's not about disorders, but the very general definition of anxiety is is excessive thinking about the future. That brings of course uncertainty, and then with uncertainty comes worries and fears and everything. So I took also this knowledge from this different mind, this different culture from me, and instead of thinking, I think it's inevitable to think about the future, but I start planning the future, not worrying about the future. For example, if I worry too much about my financial security in the future, then I start saving today. 10 euros, 20 euros, doesn't matter what. How much, how many, how much, doesn't matter. And these kind of things, I start taking different measures in order to have a good life, to be honest. Have a good life. One of the things that I want to present you today, it's a meditation exercise, but it has some twists. I have adjusted with my own practice and over many, many years of also counseling with meditation and being a meditation coach and instructor and everything. I have taken the meditation techniques, and I have adjusted them, some of them, to my own needs in terms of anxiety. How can it be? Because when you are in an anxious state of the mind, your mind is like 100%, and when you start practicing meditation, then you are forcing your mind to go to zero, basically. And you cannot do that like from one day to another, from boop, boop, boop. This is not like a turning on or off the light. You have to be gradual. You have to do it gradually. And those are the things that I learned. Those are the small tricks that I learned just by observing my own practice and my own needs when it comes to anxiety. um it is very important also to emphasize that if I get into a disorganized lifestyle or something like that, worries start creeping in. I mean, it's not that I don't worry anymore. I don't feel fear anymore. Those feelings are still there, and they're part of the human existence. It's natural to have them. However, I do have a much better quality of life. And I have been able to make better decisions for myself and for my own well-being, thanks to these kind of measures that have been taken through many years, in order to get to make or no to have under control this disorder. If I stop meditating for a couple of months, to be honest, I start feeling like unwell, a little bit unwell again. It's not to the point it was when I was 23. No, of course, I don't reach those low points anymore, but still. So it is something that you have to maintain. At least at least the people that we have this disorder, okay? Maybe someone who doesn't have these excessive worries or fears doesn't need to maintain too long, but to me it's a need. It's a daily need, actually. Mm, I need like ways to really to relax myself, to feel at ease with myself, to feel a little bit of a space, to feel air breathing, these kind of things, in order to control my worries and fears. And my final message, actually, before we go into the session, it's not the exercise that we're gonna do, and it's not gonna be a very long one. Mhm. But the last message that I would like to share is exactly this the relevance that this mind body connection has. We may not realize it on our daily lives unless something very shocking happens to us, or something extreme happens to us. But having a good mental state, maintaining our mental well-being, it is also a physical thing. It's not only about having positive thoughts or positive thinking, for example, or having hope or everything. Without a doubt, those things are super important as well. But because of this mind-body connection, which is actually a real thing, is that we can also support our mental well-being and also our physical well-being with certain actions with our body. For example, avoiding getting drunk, avoiding taking drugs, developing a sleep hygiene, like a routine to fall asleep, avoiding excessive sugar or coffee or something that makes you feel unwell. When your stomach doesn't feel good, you cannot think too high. You cannot have so many positive thoughts. Your mind is also affected. So by taking care of your body, you are also taking care of your mind, and vice versa. Mhm. It's a this communication. This is a flow, and if we want to have a good life, like if we want to have like a well-being in our lives, if we want to feel good about ourselves, and in be functional, but not with bitterness or with anger or with resentment or with excessive tiredness, we can be responsible of ourselves by taking small steps to improve our daily habits, our routine, and our mental state. This is the last thing. This is something that we can do. We are actually responsible for this. I may not be responsible of this disorder because there are different causes to it, and there might be some genes in between. For example, I'm not responsible for that, and I may not be the cause of this long-term pattern in my life. I may have to live with this until the last day of my life, but I am responsible of at least taking care of my body and my mind. So we do what we can, and we take responsibility in the places that we can. I cannot control the future. No, I cannot. But I can plan today. Okay, let's do this. I may not be able to control other people's actions because I cannot. But at least I can develop, or I can learn some tools to deal with the emotions that other people's actions cause in me. So we take responsibility with what we can, and the rest we learn to let it go. Because with anxiety, most of the things that worry, the worries and fears, are things that we cannot control. So that's another. So one of the ways as well, to decrease the fear and worry and anxiety and excessive anxiety, because anxiety is a normal response, but the excess of it is by taking responsibility of the things that you can control. And to me, meditation and adjusting my lifestyle was a way to really be more like an agent in my own life, and be more participative in my own health, mental health, physical health, and not only just crying over with my pillow, oh, I have this for the rest of my life. I could do that as well, but then it would make me feel better. But doing this makes me feel much better, and it kind of gives me back some power. Because otherwise you feel very powerless when you have these things that are like overpower you. You can't control. Oh, and you have to live with this because this is for the rest of your life. Oh God, really? Thank you. Thank you for that. So yeah, so taking accountability, and not only that, but also being more responsible of your own well-being. I would say that also it's a key to have a good life. No matter what happens to you. So now I want to share with you, like, this is a small exercise that I use with some twists. Okay, there's some personal twists, but they work actually for everyone. I have tried this with many in one-on-one sessions and with many people, and I have developed like a series of different, like, exercises, meditation exercises, to actually to fight back this excessive worry and fear. And today I'm gonna show you guys this, the basic one, which is body scan. So I'm gonna guide you, of course, through a body scan, but it has some twists. Some twist, and we will finish with some breathing technique. One of the twists that I do is the rhythm of the session. It's gonna be faster, because when you have anxiety, you cannot stop your mind completely at once. You need to go gradually. So at the beginning, it will feel a little bit like, okay, I'm going fast, 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 fast. Okay, that's the first twist. The second twist that I applied is the intention. When we do body scan, which is a very mindfulness, very well known exercise, very common. But when we do it with an intention of relaxation, then it changes. In the mindfulness practice, we only do this body scan with the aim of registering your to connecting with your body, basically, and taking notes of your feelings and sensations. We go one step further, and we add this intention of relaxation. Mhm. And then we go to the breath. Then we work a little bit with the breath. When we have this anxiety peaks, these peaks of anxiety, our breath shortens a lot. So I also work a lot with the breath. But I will just keep it very short with body scan and breathing technique. No more than that, because we don't have also much more time. So, and I don't want to take 2 hours of your time, of course. So let's practice together. Let's practice together. So we adjust our our posture. We can sit on a chair or on the floor, whenever we feel most comfortable with, and we just pay attention to our back. Okay, our back must be straight, naturally straight. Our shoulders are relaxed. We can just move a little bit our shoulders as well, some circles with our shoulders, in case we feel a little bit of tension around it. We can also massage a little bit our eyebrows if you feel tension in our forehead or near our face, how it might be, probably. Like gentle massage around your eyes is a very relaxing way to start your practice. Then your hands, you place very gently your hands over the lap. Forget a little bit about the legs. The legs don't worry much. They don't matter much when it comes to this posture. But our back and our shoulders, yes, they do matter. So we pay attention to it. And we will start very gently and softly with our body scan. So we will go through our entire body. I will mention part by part with the intention of relaxation. So we will feel from the top of our head how a very gentle and soft, a very relaxing stream of energy starts falling down from the top of our head to our forehead. We relax our forehead, our eyebrows, our eyes. We keep going down through our cheeks, our mouth, our tongue, our chin, even our ears. Our head is totally relaxed. And this stream of relaxing energy goes down through our neck. It's a warm energy, and it helps us to release all the tensions in our neck, in our shoulders. And from our shoulders, start falling down through our arms. We start going down through our arms until we reach our hands, our fingertips. We go back now to our chest, our upper back. And this very gentle, soft, luminous, and warm stream of energy start going down through our chest, our abdomen, our lower back, until it reaches our hips. And we stay there for a little bit. And now all the upper part of our body is feeling a little bit better. Our muscles are a little bit loose, better than at the beginning of the session. With this feeling, this gentle feeling, this might be a very gentle or very subtle feeling of relaxation. Doesn't matter the amount of relaxation that we feel. We just stick to whatever amount of it we are experiencing now, and we focus on that. We don't force ourselves to relax. Relaxation is not something that you force, it's something that you allow to happen. And we will now start going, pulling down a little bit slower through our legs. This very gentle, warm, luminous stream of energy will start going down through our legs, our knees, until it reaches our feet, our tiptoes. And now we are feeling a little bit more relaxed than just a few minutes ago. We start feeling a little bit more of space inside. And if we get distracted, we gently come back to this relaxation feeling in our body. Our body is really feeling more relaxed. It doesn't matter how much. It's just matter the fact that it's more relaxed. And we allow it to happen. We just give through our body another scan. Very quickly with our minds, we go and we just check how is everything. If there is still more tension in some parts, we just go there with our mind and we relaxed a little bit more. We may feel still that our shoulders are a bit tense. We just let the relaxation go there. We may also feel maybe that our eyes, our eyelids are not very relaxed. We just go there with our mind, with our attention, and we gently apply some relaxation. We allow it. We allow our eyelids to be a little bit more relaxed. I will give you just a few seconds to keep going through your body, trying to find little spots of tension to release all the tension in your muscles. There is no limit for relaxation. We can always go farther and farther. And remember, we just allow it to happen. It's not something that we do. We don't relax, we allow it to happen. And we can allow and allow to more flow of relaxations to come, to run through our bodies. And while our body is feeling a little bit more spacious, luminous, and relaxed, we can now go a little bit deeper. And we may start now focusing on our breath. And we will start just focusing on the top of our nose. We just observe and feel the air that comes in and out from our nose. Just that. We feel the temperature. We feel the rhythm. We don't interfere. We don't control. We just observe. And we observe at the top of our nose. We feel the air that comes in and out. The temperature of the air that comes in and then comes out. Stay there for a few seconds more. And now start to follow your own breath. And you can observe how your chest moves when you breathe in, when you breathe out. So you just observe and register the movements of your chest when you breathe in, when you breathe out. Just that. Just observe, just pay attention, just register. That's all. And stay there for a few seconds. And now we will refine a little bit our attention, our perception. And now we will go to our abdomen to register, to feel, to notice the movements of our abdomen when we breathe in and when we breathe out. And with this refinement, we are reaching the last stage of our meditation. So just enjoy and just pay attention. Whenever you get distracted, just go back to the movements of your abdomen when you breathe in and when you breathe out. And allow your mind to go into a deeper state of relaxation. Because the mind also relaxes when we focus on our breath. So we just allow it to go a little bit deeper, just for a few seconds. Now we start coming back very softly and gently. With our breath, we go back to the top of our nose. We are focusing again on the air that comes in and out from our nose. And now we breathe in deeply. We breathe out long and gently. We breathe in deeply again. And we breathe out. Last one, we breathe in. And then we breathe out. And we start moving our fingers. Start going back to our body. We move our neck, our shoulders, maybe. And the last thing that we do is to open our eyes. We go back. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this this exercise. And yet you can repeat this exercise actually daily. I would say that I would recommend to use this particular guidance whenever you feel that your thoughts are start getting out of control, or your worries and your fears are start getting out of control. Then just use it. I wouldn't recommend to go deeper, especially if you are like in a rush in your mind. It's not really harmonic. Let's say it's like you are creating pressure, and the point is like when you are under worries and fears, there's already a lot of pressure inside, so you don't need more. So I would recommend this exercise, this short exercise. It's actually no more than 12-15 minutes maximum, no more than that. And it will really help you to get back the control. And again, like to empower yourself against this superior forces that sometimes takes over us. Mhm. So thank you very much for your attention and for attending this session.
Thank you. Oh, there's one question.
Yeah. The body scan bar is something that I find works on me. Yes. Well, body scan, it's okay. Yeah. The body scan is the beginning, but could also be the end of a meditation session. because if we really allow it to go deeper into relaxation and deeper in the feeling sensation and deeper, that becomes a very pure meditative state. Your mind goes along, mind body connection. So if you struggle with going into other like more mental meditation exercises, then no problem. uh, no problem. But if you struggle, for example, with other like more subtle meditation exercises, I would just recommend to do like this: very basic body with body scan and breathing. That works perfectly. Your mind will go along. The deeper you go into your body, the deeper your mind goes as well. Mm? Mind body together. So thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Gundeva, for this invitation. It was lovely. Thanks for allowing me to share this. This is a small thing. I
Thank
hope
you.
I hope that this will benefit many. Mhm.
Okay.